Welcome to the weekly recap. I'm your host, Eric. In this episode, we are going to dive into the week that was this past week. We're going to use a little tool from my work life called a retrospective. We're going to look back and talk about how did this week go? What went well? What didn't go so well? And we're going to look at, what are some things that we could try next week? After that, we're going to do a little bit of meal planning. Because, well, not to spoil, but spoil. Nope, not gonna spoil. Just kidding. We are gonna do some meal planning, and I'm gonna plan out my exercise routine for this week. Because there's an old saying: "Those who plan to fail." Nope, got that wrong. If you fail to plan, you might as well plan to fail. So let's do some planning together for my workout, right, Maggie? Are you excited about that? Are you excited about that? All right. So we are going to get into it. We're also going to talk about a quote that has been super inspirational. What? Can I do this? Pretty please? Pretty please? Thank you. So, yeah, that's Maggie. She's super excited about the podcast, too. Hopefully you're that excited that you're climbing over things to listen as well. All right. Well, on to the episode. We are going to transition to the weekly recap. Get on to the retrospective. So in a retrospective, what we try to do is we reflect on the events of the week or the time period in which you are doing the retrospective for. In this case, it is going to be a week. And in this, what we're trying to uncover is things that we can improve, things that we could do better. And we want to be honest with ourselves about what didn't go well and what things that we might be able to improve. So I'm going to be as honest as I can with you guys about my week, how it went, what were some of the challenges. There were some challenges this week, so it's going to be fun to talk about. But as Brene Brown says, shame can't hide in the light. So if we want to eradicate it, then we need to bring it into the light. All right, so let's talk about the week. What went well? Well, I did work out twice this week, which is probably also going to land in the not so well, but let's celebrate success. I did work out well twice this week. What else went well? Oh, I tried a new experiment. That was pretty exciting. There's been a lot of talk in the fitness world around fasted cardio and whether or not fasted cardio enables fat burn more than unfasted. Is unfasted a word? Does fasted cardio burn fat more than fasted cardio? So I wanted to give it a try. And I only did it for a day, so it's not like I'm going to get very good results. However, we'll talk more about that when we get into the not went well, because I think it gave me some challenges. What else? What else went well this week? I would say for the most part, I ate pretty well. I didn't go off on any binges, which is always a win. That's a good thing. There were definitely some challenges with the eating, though. We'll get into that in the not well. In the not well part, we are going to get into the fact that I didn't eat so well. What else went well? In terms of health and fitness or life in general, I got to ride my motorcycle a couple times. That was good. I was happy about that. I hadn't rode in a while. When I bought my new bike, the seat that I bought, whoo, boy, not comfortable whatsoever. And I finally got the new seat in and was able to ride into work a couple times this week. Got rained on a couple times, which wasn't great, but wasn't the end of the world either. So good times. What else did I do well this week? All right. Well, that's what went well this week. not a whole lot there. I think one of the things I want to try next week is to actually get that, get more things that went well. All right, what didn't go so well? So we're going to put the workout routine here. I did not meet my routine, my habit, my I don't know what you call it. I only worked out twice, and while I am celebrating the victory that hey, I worked out twice this week, that's two more than nothing. So there is a little bit of a victory there, but I am, as I talk about the fitness or the identity change, I am a fitness guy. I am somebody that works out. I'm not somebody that works out just 2 days a week. I'm somebody that works out 5 days a week. So I have to be honest with myself. While yes, good victory, we did work out twice. Twice isn't enough. We need to improve that. That has got to be improved. What didn't go well? What else didn't go well? I'm going to say that I failed to meal prep. Now, I did some meal planning. So this week was a little bit different in that I was in the office this week. Usually I work from home most of the time. I have to go into the office periodically. And this was my week in the office. And I know, this is probably more important to do on this week than any other week. I need to actually prep my food. I've been doing a little bit of meal planning where I plan out what it is that I want to do or what I want to eat. But I don't prep it. I actually allow myself to cook it in the moment or prepare it in the moment. This week, I did meal planning, but I should not. I should have done meal prep. So that's a takeaway for me. When I am in the office, when I have to go into work, I need to prep so that when I get home, I don't have to worry about cooking. I can just pull a meal out of the refrigerator, warm it up, and eat it. Otherwise, the barrier to entry is too high, and I'm probably going to revert to old habits and eat not healthy food. Lesson learned. What also didn't go well? I would say nighttime snacking. This is probably one of the hardest areas for me is nighttime snacking. After I eat dinner, if I don't have a good routine, if I'm not doing something, I don't have a plan, then if I'm bored and watching TV, I can oftentimes snack. And this week I definitely did. I would say that happened Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it's always sweet stuff. It's never anything healthy. It's never anything good. But I was so worn out from the day, from the office and the commute and all of that. When I got home, I didn't want to do anything else. So I sat in front of the television and I ate sweets. That's not going to get me to my goal. That's not going to help. That is old behavior. What I need to do in those moments is take contrary action. If I feel the need to sit in front of the television and eat, I need to take contrary action. I could go outside. I could go sit on the porch with my dogs. I could go practice putting out in the yard with my disc golf. There are plenty of things that I could do. I could work on the podcast. I could think of a video idea. There are a lot of other things that I could do. So I need to take contrary action. So this week I failed in that. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday specifically. Didn't go well. Need to improve that. I would say the experiment, I don't know if I would say it didn't go well. Again, I only did one day. I only did fasted cardio one day. But I think what I learned from this is that I can't wait to work out in the afternoon, especially if I'm in the office that week. I'm not likely going to get my weightlifting session in the afternoon. If I want to break my workouts up, and this is an interesting topic. I've been listening to a lot of folks, a lot of PhDs, folks who actually know what they're talking about, not just fitness influencers. But people who have done the work, read the studies. There's a lot of talk recently about breaking your weightlifting and your cardio up into two different sessions. That the cardio could possibly have an impact on muscle growth. So I've been trying to split my workouts morning and an afternoon. So in the morning, do either cardio or lifting, and vice versa in the afternoon. And I think what I'm learning is that it's probably easier for me to do cardio in the afternoon than it is weightlifting in the afternoon. So again, it's not that the experiment failed. It was inconclusive. I only had one data point, so you can't really say. I can't tell you whether or not fat burning was more with fasted cardio versus unfasted cardio. But the impact of my workout routine, I'm not willing to jeopardize that going forward. So I'm going to go back to working out in the morning, lifting weights in the morning, and some kind of cardio in the afternoon. That's the plan for next week. Anything else that I want to call out that didn't go well? Anything else that didn't go well? I don't think so. Oh, you know what? I'm going to call out a decision that I made. My Friday morning vehicle decision. So I mentioned in the what went well is that I was able to ride my motorcycle a couple times this week. And Friday, so Thursday it was raining. Not really didn't want to ride in the rain. However, Friday, beautiful day. Beautiful day. A little chilly in the morning, but nothing that a hoodie wouldn't solve. So I had a choice. I could either hop on the bike and ride in, and again, I love to ride. Been riding for almost 20 years. Or I could take my truck. Now, here's the kicker. If I take the bike, I can't stop and grab something to eat along the way. Well, I technically could. I could grab something to eat, but I would have to go in and sit down, or I'd have to bring it and take it to the office. I had a desire, I guess you can say, for Chick-fil-A. And if I rode my bike, it wasn't going to happen. However, if I drove the truck, I could stop in at Chick-fil-A on the way and grab the chicken burrito and a couple chicken biscuits and eat that along the way and be good. So much to my chagrin or embarrassment or disappointment, I don't know what word I want to use, I decided I was going to take the truck so that I could go to Chick-fil-A. And I did. I went to Chick-fil-A and I ordered a chicken burrito meal with a large sweet tea. Another bad idea. And 2 chicken and egg biscuits. I didn't actually eat the biscuit part. I only ate the chicken and the egg, but still, way more calories than what I needed. Not on my goal. And the more important thing that I'm calling out here is the decision. I made my decision based on a craving. I could have avoided that by making a healthy choice in the morning and riding the bike in and dealing with that. So, little disappointed in that. Not a great decision point. So those are the things that didn't go well. So let's move on to, well, what do we want to try? So that was the week. It didn't go great. What are the things that we want to try this coming week? What do we want to do? You know, I talked about in the last couple episodes, how do I want to aim for better this week? And you know what? Maybe I want to retitle this. We're going to do this in real time, folks. We're going to call this the Aim for Better section. How can I aim for better next week? What are some things that I can do that will help me be better this week be better next week than I was this week? All right, so I think the first thing that I can do is get back to morning lifting routine. We all know that the more muscle you have, the more fat you can burn. I want to continue to build muscle, and I enjoy working out. I love working out. I feel better when I work out. So I'm going to aim for better next week by getting back to my morning workout routine. That is definitely something that I'm going to do to aim for better. Aim for better number 2 is I'm going to meal prep tomorrow on Sunday. Not just meal plan. I'm going to meal prep because I have to go to the office 2 days this week. And I need to make sure that I have a meal ready. So I'm going to meal prep this week. And we're actually going to go through some meal prep a little bit later. All right, so those are 2 things that I'm going to do. Let's see, what didn't go well? Nighttime snacking. Ooh, nighttime snacking. Getting back to now, generally you want to limit the number of things that you say you're going to do because if you do too many things at once, you don't know what actually worked. So you want to keep our WIP limit or our work in progress limit low or our changes low so that we know, hey, this actually worked. Now, getting back to my morning workout routine, I don't think I'm going to count that as a WIP or a work in progress because it's something I've already been doing. I just got a little bit off last week. So we're going to count that. We're not going to count that as a WIP. We're just going to get back to doing that. Meal prep Sunday, we'll count that. That is a work in progress. So we don't want to do a ton of work in progress. We want to make a couple small changes so that it can be sustainable and so that we know what actually worked. Nighttime snacking. Do we want to do something around nighttime snacking? Nighttime snacking. Well, I think if we try to do cardio in the afternoon, there is something that, for me, when I work out, I generally want to eat better because I don't want to ruin what I just did. And I'm wondering if I really focused on a cardio session in the afternoon after I get home from work, I wonder if that would be enough motivation, inspiration, fill in the blank, to keep me from wanting to snack at night. So let's put afternoon cardio session. All right. So what didn't go well? We're going to get back to our morning workout routine. Nighttime snacking, we're going to do an afternoon cardio session, see if that will help the nighttime snacking crave. The Friday morning vehicle decision, I think getting back to my morning workout routine, again, I eat better. I make better decisions when I work out because I want to maximize that workout. So I think that is going to help. That's my hypothesis anyway. All right, is there anything else that we want to try this coming week? What is this coming week going on? Is there anything happening? I don't have anything going on the calendar that I need to worry about. I know I need to go to the office twice. So I think we're good. I think this is going to be my aim for better. If you guys have ideas and tips too as we're talking through this, feel free to drop them in the comments. I would love to hear what are some things that you do? What are some things that help you along the way? All right. Before we get into our meal planning and workout planning, I wanted to share a quote that has stuck with me for years that is really kind of helpful explanation of why I'm doing what I'm doing. James Clear wrote the book Atomic Habits right here. Or I'll put it right here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to put it somewhere around here. Anyway, he wrote the book Atomic Habits, and that was a really great book. I'm actually going to save the book review for a little bit later, but I do want to tell you about the book Atomic Habits because it really helped me get into my workout routine, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I do want to share this quote with you because this is why I'm doing this planning. And he says this. He says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And when I think about systems, I think about the routines and habits that I have in place, the things that I do kind of naturally without having to thinking about it. That is what I think about when I think about a system. So, if I have this goal of losing weight, of getting healthy, I'm not going to just rise to that level. I'm going to fall to the level of the systems that I have in place, the habits and routines that I have in place. So, if that's true, and I would say from my experience, this is definitely true in my life, I fall to the level of the systems. And when I don't have, for example, a meal prep system in place, I do very bad eating. I do very bad eating. I eat poorly when I don't have a meal prep system in place. So that's me falling to the level of my systems. So to fix that, what we're going to do this week is we're going to do some meal prep. And we're going to plan out what it is that we're going to eat each day. And we're actually on Sunday, which is tomorrow for me. We're going to cook a couple meals so that we have them at the ready and I can easily warm them up and go forward and conquer. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Again, just one more time, that quote. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So I challenge you, what systems do you need to put in place? What are your goals? What are those lofty goals that you're trying to do? Whether it be health and fitness, whether it be maybe you're trying to write a book. Maybe you are trying to start a new business. Maybe you are, fill in the blank. What are you trying to do? Well, you're not going to rise to the level of that goal. You're going to fall to the level of your systems. So what systems do you have in place? Do you have a writing habit? Do you have a time set aside to work on this business that you're trying to start? What are the systems that you need to put in place that is going to help you achieve your goals? Now that we've said that, let's go on to the meal planning. All right, now let's get into some meal planning. So I've already filled out some of this because I don't think you want to just sit here and pontificate with me. But if you find that you actually do want to pontificate, then I can certainly do that. But let's start with breakfast because that's super easy. I love scrambled eggs. I eat eggs all the time. There's a misnomer out there that eggs cause high cholesterol. That is actually not true. Ask your doctor. They'll tell you. Don't take my word for it because I'm not a physician. I am not a nutritionist. So I'm just telling you what I've been told from my doctor, that I can eat as many eggs as I want. It's not going to affect my cholesterol. So that's what my doctor told me. Anyway, so I can eat the same thing all week, so not overly worried there. I generally have eggs and sausage or bacon for breakfast. Sausage, I generally eat turkey sausage because I want it to be a little bit healthier. I do eat regular bacon. I don't eat turkey bacon, although maybe I'll try that at some point. But if that's the worst that I eat all day, then so be it. But there's a lot of protein in eggs, and I really like to have a really good protein meal after I work out. So that is what I'm going to do this week. All right, for lunches, what are we going to do for lunches this week? So I am in the office on Tuesday and Thursday. So I need to prep that tomorrow so I have it ready. I can just pull it out. I don't have to worry about it. So let's think about those days first. We'll go Tuesday and Thursday. And I was thinking, what if I had some kind of chicken salad? Get some shredded chicken, mix it up with some mayonnaise, maybe some cranberries, walnuts. I usually throw some hard-boiled eggs in there, cut up eggs, of course. Stir it up with, mix it up with some mayonnaise, and I throw a little mustard in. What if I had that on top of like spinach or lettuce? That might work. That might be good. So what if I did that on Tuesday and Thursday? So I have that in the office. And I was actually thinking the other days, what if I did a tuna salad? Kind of a similar meal, a little bit different, obviously. But the thing is, I can eat it at home because it doesn't stink. I don't want to stink up the office. That's what I'm worried about. So that's why I think I'm going to go chicken salad on on Tuesday and Thursday this week. Again, it's not perfect. I know that it's not a super healthy, like the most healthy meal, but it's better. Aim for better, right? And again, we're not looking to be perfect. We're looking to be good enough, a little bit better, and we'll go from there. So that's what we're going to do there. And then dinner. Let's talk about dinner. What do I want to do for dinner this week? I want to prep something. So I have it made so that all I have to do is warm it up. Because the barrier to entry, again, if I have to cook something in the moment, I'm less likely to do it. Although I've been halfway decent at it the last couple weeks. But we're aiming for better. And we're getting back to, remember James talked about you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. So my system that I'm putting back in place is meal prep, not just meal planning. So I think what I'm going to do, there's a casserole my mom used to make called Becky's casserole. I don't know if that was just her name for it or what, but I think I'm going to do that. And again, it's not perfect, but it's got brown rice. I use chicken thighs, so you generally get a package of chicken thighs, cut them up, slice and dice, some cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, some Lipton onion for flavor. And I think I'm going to do that. Again, it's not perfect, but it's got protein, a good protein with the chicken thighs. It's got the complex carbohydrate of the rice, and it's brown rice. I'm not going to fry it, so that's good. The cream of mushroom and cream of chicken are probably the worst things in there, but I'm not eating all of it, so it's not something that is going to absolutely destroy. So I think we're going to go with that. And it's super easy to make. You can throw it together in probably prep time 10 minutes, if that. Cook time I think is 45 to an hour. So I think we're going to go with that. And I've really been kind of craving a green bean casserole. Again, perfect, not by any means. Good enough. I think it's good enough. If that's the worst thing that I'm having, then we'll go with that. So we're going to go with that. And we're actually going to do that all week. You know what? Friday night, we might do something different. You know what? I'm going to grab a sticky note that you can't see. Maybe we're going to do grilled chicken thighs on Friday. And let's be good. Let's add what we're going to do here. I have some steam fresh vegetables in the freezer that we will add as all right. All right, so then what I tried to do down here is I added some snacks that I could have. I'm not going to actually prep these except for, I'm going to have to prep a little bit. So I found a recipe for a cucumber salad on Instagram, I think. If I can find it, I will link it. Or if I can find a picture of it, I'll link it for you here or here or here somewhere. So I'm going to try that. I've been I've been enjoying cucumbers lately, so I thought maybe that might be a cool way to enjoy some cucumbers. I have this Wonder cheesecake. So I found this online, and it's a very small. It's not big. In fact, I'll link it. I'll put a link to the site, but it's only got 2 grams of sugar. It's actually kind of a diabetic recipe. I am diabetic, so I do have to watch my blood sugar. I got these, and they taste pretty good. They're a nice treat after a long, hard day. So I actually need to order more. I only have 2 left. So I need to do that. Hard-boiled eggs. I need to boil some eggs this week. Those are always a really good snack. And again, good protein. I do have some trail mix that I like. I do get some that have some M&Ms and raisins in it. And I do that for blood sugar in case I'm not eating enough carbohydrates throughout the day or something that is going to raise my blood sugar. I have that on hand to raise the blood sugar. And then there's the apple. So I have apples. I love apples. They're good. My favorite right now is Honeycrisp. Those are really good. So that is my meal plan. That is my plan for the week. This is how I'm aiming for better. I have to prep a couple things tomorrow, but that, I think it looks like a pretty solid plan. I'm pretty happy with that. If I can execute this, I think it's going to be a good week. I'm looking forward already to the retrospective next week to talk to you about how it went. What did I learn? What were some challenges? What came up? All right, let's get into workout planning. What is the plan for the week for my workouts? Again, I went ahead and filled this out. I didn't think you'd want to just sit here and pontificate with me. But again, leave in the comments. I'll talk through what my thoughts are, and we'll go from there. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. So this is my morning. This is going to be my workout routine. My mornings, you can see I'm getting back to weightlifting in the morning. I'm going to break it up by push and pull, which is a common way to break up the workouts. Push workouts, although I'm cheating a little bit by doing biceps 3 days a week. But I kind of want big biceps, and you have to work them out frequently if you want them. So I'm adding those in on those days. Anyway. Yes, that's a little vain, but I've always wanted big arms. So, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are going to be upper body. Monday, going to do, again, that's my push day. So that's chest, triceps, shoulders, and again, throwing in biceps. Wednesday is going to be back and biceps. So back is going to be things like lat pull downs, seated rows, bent over rows, deadlifts, biceps, curls, pretty standard. For chest, going to be doing bench, going to be doing incline. I have a cable machine, so do some cable crossovers. Shoulders, we'll be doing things like front raises, side raises, military press, upright rows, shrugs, because I want big traps. Stuff like that. And then triceps, we'll be doing like tricep pushdowns, overheads, skull crushers. Those are some of the exercises there. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to go legs and core on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Legs, I don't do a good job working out legs. I skip leg days a lot. However, I just bought a new hack squat leg press combo. So I can't let that money go to waste. So I need to do that. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to do legs and core. Legs, we will probably do some version of the leg press. We'll definitely do. Maybe throw in the hack squat. I need to find out the difference between what difference does the hack squat and leg press work in terms of muscles, and they're pretty similar, but are they isolating? Is one exercise isolating more than the other? Need to do some research there. So I may not do a hack squat and a leg press on the same day. Maybe Tuesdays I'll do leg press, Thursdays I'll do hack squat. And then, so that both of those I think target the quads and maybe some of the glutes. So I need to get the hamstrings, and I have actually just bought these. Thunk. These are leg or ankle wraps that you can put on your ankle, and you could use that to do curls, leg curls on the cable machine. So I'll be doing those for some hamstrings as well as straight leg deadlifts. We'll do those. Core is actually one of my favorite things to work out. I love doing core. We'll do a little bit of sit-ups. I have a stability ball that I use for that. Some Russian twists. We'll do some cable twists. Maybe some side bends. And probably do some, I want to make sure I get the lower abs as well. So maybe some leg lifts or some of those kind of like V holds and stuff like that. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing this week. That's the plan anyway. So these are my blue stickies up here. And then afternoon, what do I want to do? So Tuesdays and Thursdays, I know I'm gonna, or Tuesday and Thursday this week, I know I'm gonna be in the office. So what is most likely gonna happen, or what am I more likely to do? So I think I'm gonna do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let's just take a walk. Let's go for a walk down the street. Maybe listen to a podcast, listen to some music, take a stroll down the street. On Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm gonna go for the elliptical, get a good cardio session, at least 20 minutes. Get a nice sweat worked up. Now I have an elliptical machine at my house. I have a really cool garage gym. Maybe I'll show that at some point. Do a walkthrough of my garage gym. But I'm building my dream gym, so it's pretty exciting. So I have an elliptical. I also have a ski erg that I haven't put together yet, but I need to use. So maybe we'll try that. And then what I wanted to do is just throw out some ideas around just move. There are some things that just get moving. You don't have to do exercise necessarily, but what are some things that I could do to just get active? Well, I need to weed whack, so I need to weed whack my backyard, so I put that there. Putting practice for disc golf. I play in tournaments, and I play with a group of guys every week that I like to win, and if I putt well, then I have a better chance of winning. I also need to work on my throw. I have a problem where I drop my elbow. I need to keep my elbow up, and I'm trying to work on that form. And of course, I can play with my dogs. So these are some ideas that I could do, and I'll drop those in throughout the week of where I'm going to do. So that's my plan. That's my workout plan. Remember what I said in the beginning. Those who plan to fail, I did it backwards again. Those who fail to plan might as well plan to fail. So I have a plan. We are working towards it. All right, friends, there you have it. We have another episode of All Things Generic. That is going to be the new name. Why All Things Generic? Because my name is actually generic. My parents named me Gene Eric. Say that fast, and what do you get? You get generic. So the podcast name is going to be All Things Generic. Woo, 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 woo. But in this episode, we did a weekly recap. We went and talked about my week, what went well, what didn't go well, and some things I'm going to try for the next week. I brought to you a quote that was very, very inspirational and life-changing for me about falling to your systems, not rising to the level of your goals. And then we did a little bit of planning. We did some meal planning, and we did some workout planning. So I ask you, as I ask you all the time when we end this podcast, how are you going to aim for better? What are you going to do to be a little bit better tomorrow than you were today? What's one small thing that you could do that you could be better? So let's do it. Will you do that for me? Will you do that with me? Will you aim for better? Thank you, friends. Until next time, keep moving, keep aiming for better.